Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Belgian Grand Prix for AOR. And it's a very poor qualifying session from us. Pretty much half a second down where we could be, based on PBs. So unfortunate that we lost out on roughly P6 there. I think we got P9. But Nevo Tank with another pole position, completely outclassing a lot of good drivers here. Supernova there in 8th position, our teammate, and we'll be hoping to move up to around 6th position in this race based on the pace I've seen in qualifying, although I reckon we have a pretty good strategy lined up for this race. The one stop obviously, and maybe a few people ahead of us won't be trying to just do one stop. And yeah, off we go. Looks like we got the inside line here. Bad Boys braked early, and while Red Bull's spun in front of us and we're sort of being clobbered into the barrier back to P10, but some people got very poor exits and there's a spin there. Went up to P6 rather fortunately, and wow, sort of staying half out of trouble there. A bit of contact and a bit of wall, but no damage, and certainly none of this rubbish. Wow, what's going on there? Oh, just missed the back of Nevo Tank there. So he's going very slowly. I'm assuming that's a phantom car. We're up to P4 though, and it's just Wingsman here that we can see, and well, he's sort of performing some interesting teleportation here. As we know, we've had some incidents with the Swedish driver this season based on this horrific lag between the two of us, and that seems to be continuing here as he's, well, all over the place on our screen, continuing here as we come through Blongemont for the first time, and I'm going to try and make a move here if possible. He seems to have gone deep, so we might be able to just get him in here. Yep. Oh, there's contact, but if we can get the power down, we could keep going. Yes, we seem to have done that. Up into P3, although I think there's one more car ahead of us that we can't see. Nevo Tank, that would be. And here's VTI. Oh no, he's popped up further up the track now. Possibly that car in the lead. And the first time that we see anyone, he's really there, where Kieran pits, and that promotes us to P2. And we in fact pit about 4 laps later, but on lap 10. So he's on a 2-stop, we're on a one stop, as is VTI ahead of us. We're going to emerge here in P3. I'll assume that that's Kieran up ahead somewhere as well. We've caught VTI, but I assume again that this was a lag car because the Toro Rosso driver is obviously a lot faster than this and shouldn't have been this much slower in a straight line for me to go down the inside here almost at P1. I pulled out of that just in case that wasn't. No, in fact that was the real him. Rather confusingly, but no one really gets a move done there, so that's absolutely a lag car, I would say. It says we're in P2, but I still think we're in P4 at this point, behind VTI and Nevo. Cotty destroys his vehicle the first time, I would say, this season. And is that going to promote a safety car being deployed? Yes. So this, I thought at the time, wasn't that good for us, because I was kind of happy to run around in this sort of position. But I guess it allows us to put options on for the rest of the race. And check this out, Nevo Tank in front of us. Still Nevo Tank, and oh, no, VTI has popped himself in between us. But yeah, he was running P2 I think at that point before that, so that was interesting. Now look at this, we were so spread out at the restart and I couldn't go any faster. I don't know if VTI could, but he was not close to the car in front of him at all. Green flags and we're still going at a very idle pace. This was quite frustrating, and I'm assuming that these guys actually managed to get away and some of these cars were not the actual real person, because look at the gap that some of these guys got at the restart. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to have been able to actually catch Kieran in this particular race. Yep, believe your eyes, I just made a pass at Eau Rouge, but that was not a real driver. I don't think that was another lag car. I believe VTI and Nevo Tank are actually further up the road than the game suggests they are. Look at this closing speed. You just don't get that against opponents who are actually doing that. That's another lag car. I'm going to try and get past as soon as I can, so it doesn't hold me up and force me into the clutches of Keen, for example. Now that that must be what Jim Bob saw in his highlights of me cutting that corner with no one else there, just to prove that was lag. And look, another proof here, VTI with fastest lap, but only Kieran ahead of me apparently on the leaderboard. This was quite frustrating. And anyway, Supernova was the car behind me for pretty much the rest of the race until Jim Bob got in there. And it's pretty much as close as anyone got. It was around 1.9, 2.1 seconds. Yeah, there you are, 2.1. And I was quite happy here at P2. We lost connection to VTI. I wasn't sure whether he was at front or behind me. I think he was in front of me, so bad luck to him. He disconnected from about here, I think, according to some other people's footage. We get demoted to P3 as Nebo Tank crosses the line in second. But congratulations to Kieran, and we're absolutely stoked. He's P3.
That's third on podium. Well done. Good race.
So complete chaos as usual, and yeah, not much else to be said other than a great win to the McLaren. And I'll see you guys next time at Monza. I've been Jacko. See you then.